Hello, my name is Ben, and welcome back to my second video on these LG 22ea63v monitors, which I got for Christmas. So it's been a couple of months, and I thought I would make a follow-up video, and also people have requested it. So I'm going to do some gaming on them. I'm going to talk about my experience with them, what the quality's like, and just going to make a more in-depth video. So to start with, these are 1080p monitors, which I did mention in the previous video, although they do look really nice. The camera doesn't do it justice at all. The quality is amazing. You cannot see the individual pixels at all. The colours are really vibrant thanks to the IPS. It's amazing, and I can literally sit in my bed over there-ish, and I can watch them without moving them because I can see it still because the viewing angles are so great. Someone asked about the bezel. Now, it is a little bit misleading because in the previous video I showed you this really thin bezel that goes around. When you actually turn the monitors on, it doesn't actually go all the way up to the bezel. Now, I knew this was going to happen, so I wasn't disappointed. But obviously some people wouldn't. So the bezel is approximately 11mm on both the top and the side, which gives a total of 22mm across here, which is still extremely thin. However, I don't know if this would have been possible, but I would have really liked if they'd have made it an odd if they'd have made it an odd resolution, just so we could have had it all the way up to the edges, like just a bit more than 1080, a bit longer, so we could have had it all the way up to the edges. However, if you use the AMD Catalyst Control Center or the NVIDIA equivalent with your graphics card, you can pretty much sort out the resolutions and get it to look just fine. I don't really have any problems with these. They're really easy to adjust. The controls are great. So I'm just going to do some gaming on these. I apologise because obviously I'm filming with a camera, so the quality isn't going to be as great as it will be, but you'll get an idea of the response time and you'll get an idea of sort of that. So, games. Okay. So I'm opening up Spin Tires, and we're going to have a go. So if anyone's wondering what keyboard this is, like you probably hear it, it's a Cherry MX Blue Racer Black Widow. Yeah, so this is actually a game that I'm going to run across both of them, so you can really get an idea. And I'm sorry if I get the sun glares. Also, if you see any frame rate issues, that's my computer because it's a few years old now. So here we are in Spin Tires. As you can see, it runs really nicely over both monitors. Obviously there is a bezel in the middle, so it's not the best for things like first-person shooters or things like that, because obviously your target reticle will be right in the centre of the screen. But for games like this, it's really nice. Yeah. So oh yeah, here we go. So it's are we stuck already? So I'm just going to do just going to play some game for you guys here, and hopefully you can get an idea of what it's like across both monitors. And also, I'd like to thank you for all the really good feedback you guys have given me on the first video. It's got an amazing amount of views, already for a small channel I would say it's a good amount of views, and I've had a lot of good feedback. So I'd like to say thank you for that, and keep watching. So I'm just going to play a few minutes of each game, so you can get an idea of what it's like. Sleep over this. Oh. Okay, so I just want to say that I've put these in dual screen directly through Windows. I haven't used iFinity or anything. This is just Windows. Because there's a problem with iFinity for me, which is occasionally, because I flick between on and off it quite a lot, but occasionally when I turn it on I can't turn it off again, and when I do turn it off it only recognises one monitor, so I've just decided I'm going to leave it like this and just play the games in Windows and just stretch them, which is fine. But I'm going to switch games now. Obviously this is a little bit frustrating that the menu is right in the middle, but you know, it's fine. So welcome back. As you can see now, we're in Minecraft, and I think this game works quite well actually. It's a bit laggy as reloading the world, but I think it works quite well, because we can see a lot more here. See what I'll do. I'll just take this off so we can see what it actually looks like when you just defaultly, what's the word? Okay. So I think it works really well. As you can see, it's quite smooth, and yeah, it looks really nice. There's I would say it makes the game more fun. Like, there's more to look at. And Minecraft is a game about looking at things and finding cool things, and there's more to look at when it's like this. I can stand on my lookout tower and look at pretty much everything here. Also, I'm pretty pleased with this. Pretty pleased with this castle that I made. There's random villages here, but you know, yeah. That's Minecraft. I'll find one last game to play. Yeah, I'll play one more game, and then we'll wrap it up there. So yeah. Okay, so here we are, and actually one of my favourite games for this dual setup is Euro Truck Simulator 2, purely because it's so handy. Like, I can just sit here, like this, and look at my other mirrors. I don't have to move the mouse or anything. Fantastic. So I'm not going to play much of this game because it's probably not very enjoyable because it is quite laggy. As I said, I'm only running Radeon HD 6450. So yeah, my process is pretty good though because I upgraded that recently. Yeah. It's an AMD A10 6800K, if anyone's wondering. But yeah, that was my video on Euro Truck and all the games on the dual monitors. I hope that was what you wanted. If it wasn't, message me and I will be sure to try again. Message me with what you'd like to see, and I'll try my best to do it. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for all the support and everything, it's been great, and I'll see you next time, bye-bye!